Welcome back to a brand new Clash Royale video, guys. My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today we're going to be hopping into another new episode of Clash Royale, where today we're going to be playing one of the craziest decks that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a 2.3 Elixir Miner Cycle deck. If you guys have seen this deck before, Clash with Ash posted a video of it where Surgical Goblin used this to get 20 wins inside of the 20-win challenge. If you guys haven't checked out either of those two, I'm going to throw both of their channels in the description below. This deck has such a high skill cap. You only have one 4 elixir card, which is the poison, 2 3 elixir cards with the miner and the tornado, and everything else is the cheapest cards in the book, and it's absolutely absurd. So I wanted to give it a go myself. Let's see how I can go using this deck. They said that this is a really great deck to use to learn how to, really how to play the game and how to make some crazy elixir trades, make some crazy defenses, and obviously tornado is an absolute crucial card inside of this deck, just because of all the playmaking potential that it has. So let's try it out right now. This deck should be pretty fun, and maybe we're going to be able to do something to pick up a win. Let's do it. I guess starting this off, we've got a couple of options. Actually, I already made a mistake. I should have just taken these to the King Tower immediately. I actually still did end up activating the King Tower, so that's going to be fine right there. Meanwhile, I guess I can throw my miner for some damage right here. And wow, guys, did we get the cheese Goblin barrel right here? We're going to get our Ice Spear to put in some serious work. He's got a ton of skeletons on the other side, and already we're playing a little bit of a troll to start off with game number 1 with this mirrored Goblin barrel. It's obvious he's playing the most possible bait deck you could really play. Looks like he's got a furnace right now. Basically what I'm going to try to do in a moment, I'm going to let this go right here, but I'm going to go for a minor poison right here, and this should do a nice job taking out the furnace as well as getting some decent damage. We've got the log as well for this gang, making some good positive elixir trades. I'm going to use my skeletons against this Goblin barrel, obviously, to make sure we don't really take any damage more than one swing. Our King Tower being activated is helping us so much, guys. We can use our bats once again right here, just to make sure we take these goblins out, then go for our miner offensively alongside the Ice Spirit, and this should result in some pretty decent plays. Oh, the Ice Spirit was able to make it over, so our bats are going to get some value. We don't even need to log the skeleton army, and this game is absurd. This guy's running an interesting deck. This is the most hardcore bait deck I've ever seen in my entire life, with mirrored Goblin barrels, mirrored everything else. It's a little bit ridiculous. Waiting to play my Ice Golem. Always let one Fire Spirit die before you use something to protect on the opposite lane. And then from here, I'm actually going to use my log and then my bats right here in a moment. Our skeleton's even going to do a great job. Let's go and go for the miner poison in a moment. Our Ice Golem's tanking for our miner right now. The poison will even catch a couple of these skeletons. And our bats should be able to take out that furnace, but not really too much damage. We did get one skeleton hit, so I guess that's hashtag worth. Let's keep it up. All right, we've got 60 seconds on the clock. We're leading by 1600 HP. What a lucky Ice Spear right there. We can go ahead and just drop our Ice Golem to put in some work as well. Everything should die in a moment. I've got the skeletons to soak up these Fire Spirits just so we don't take too much damage. I meant to play log and not tornado, which was a bit of a mistake right there, but we still have our log to clean up this Goblin barrel. Miner's chipping away on this tower. We've got Ice Spirit plus bats, or skeletons plus bats. Looks like we didn't even need that as his miner went down right there. We've got 30 seconds left on the clock to defend, guys, and this should be GG. Looking good. We're just going to keep stockpiling our elixir. We've got 1 elixir skeletons to defend against this gang. We've got our log to defend against this over here. We've got our miner going in over the top right now. I'm even going to poison right on top of it because he's going to play his skeleton army once again. He didn't do it this time because he knows he would have died, and that's going to be the end of the game. We really didn't even need the tornado besides the very beginning. The tornado obviously being such a versatile card inside of this deck, and that's going to be GG well played. Super fast reactions inside of this deck. You have to have it. Obviously, this matchup right here was actually super favorable for us. The matchups that I'm scared about is going up against a tank, like going up against Golem double prints, Giant double prints, something like that could be ferocious, but let's see if we can do it. Let's see how far we can go inside of this challenge using this deck, because I think it's a really good one to really get some skill. All right, so let's just split our skeletons to start. We do have our miner. Our miner, we're always going to be playing offensively. Already I've made a big mistake. Notice where I placed the miner. If I played it 1 tile up or 1 tile down, the left-hand arena tower wouldn't have been able to help it out, which would have been pretty nice right there. I'm going to go ahead and throw down our log as well as our bats. We might be going against a Hog Rider deck. Now, he's actually got Electro Wizard, so let's go ahead and use our Ice Golem right here. Everything's running together. I'm going to use my Ice Spirit to lock onto these guys, which will kill the archers. I've got the tornadoes right here, or the tornado right here for everything else. Skeletons going down for the Electro Wizard to where we should really only take maybe one hit. We actually don't even take a hit right there. So far so good inside of this game. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and go for another miner right now. I don't have an opportunity to get any poison value quite yet. He actually has the Elixir Collector. I wonder how he's going to go for this. Does he have Electro Wizard, or is he going to give up almost this entire tower? That's ridiculous. We can actually cycle super fast, so I'm going to go for the Ice Spirit right here. I'm actually going to go for an Ice Golem Skeleton push, and then I'm going to go for a miner on the very top. No Elixir Pump is protected with this deck right here, guys. And I'm going to play a very aggressive, actually, log right here to try to finish this off. Check this out. The miner's going to do a nice job right here. It's going to bait out that Ice Spirit, or that, what is it, that Electro Wizard, which we can go ahead and take on in a moment. I don't think he has Giants, so I'm just going to go ahead and hang out right here. I've got my Ice Spirit ready in a moment, which actually is going to die a fairly painful death. But there goes our Ice Golem, there goes our Valkyrie. Should be plenty enough to deal with this push right here. He's going to throw down yet another Elixir Collector, guys, so we're going to go ahead and go for our miner right now, and this should do an absurd amount of damage to this pump. Look at that damage to this pump. No pump is safe using this deck, guys. We might activate his King Tower, though, which is a little bit sad, but it is what it is. But we're up so much Elixir right now that we can just keep on cycling this deck. The cycle is real, guys. He's actually going to go for a Golem in this lane over here. So I'm going to switch targets. Let's get our Ice Golem going in. Let's get our Poison going in right now. But I forgot we are dealing with that King Tower now, which is going to be a little bit of a tough cookie to crack. He did play his Ice, or his Electro Wizard, but now we've got to find a way to defend against this push. And let's go and see if we can do it. Now, one thing we could do is tornado it over to the King Tower. But guys, I think this is where, you know, the fact that Surgical Goblin is a pro player comes into effect, because I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do right here. I've got everything coming in. I've got log. Bats are going to take some stuff out right here. I'm going to use my Ice Spirit against this Valkyrie in a moment. I've got Ice Golem plus this right here for these. I'm going to bring everything backwards, guys, but we're actually getting completely demolished right now. Oh no. Guys, tanks just seem like they're so hard to deal with this deck. I think I definitely could have played it way better and actually ended up winning this match. I think going for Minor Poison in the right-hand lane from the first push instead of switching towers would have been better. But man, this deck is tough to play, and he went 20-0 inside of the 20-win challenge. That's absurd. Oh, just seeing those tanks is scary, especially that Valkyrie where you can't really do anything to kite her around. You can't, like, you know, with the Dark Prince, you can play an Ice Golem and then play Skeletons behind it. The Valkyrie, such a tough cookie to crack, and I think we had to use, like, our Ice Golem Bats combo to really be able to take her out. All right, well, let's go to the next battle now. He's going to throw down yet another Valkyrie, guys. I don't know what the obsession is with Valkyries. We're going to go for a minor Ice Spirit to see what our opponent's rocking. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and soak up that damage right now. A Prince is going to eventually come in. We're going to use our Bats against this Valkyrie. And now it's time to take this Prince for a ride and hopefully do some kiting. So I'm going to use our Skeletons, then I'm going to use our Ice Golem. Throw our Bats down right now, which is a little, actually, that was not what we wanted right there. The Wizard is going to do a crazy amount of damage against us. We've got our Skeletons ready in a moment to kill this Witch, but already we're taking so much damage. My Bats are getting obliterated, guys. Wow, this is a deck that is clearly made for... See, this is why I didn't get 20 wins. This is why I'm an 18-win player, because this deck just blows my mind on how people can play it, and we got to find a way to make this work, guys. All right, he's going to go ahead and use his Dark Prince right now. I'll use my Ice Golem. I don't think he really has Wizard, or sorry, he doesn't have Zap or anything like that. We've got some nice log value coming up right here. I think a Tornado in a moment will be fine for these. I've got Bats. I'm going to use Skeletons too. So those will be able to take that out right there. But man, getting damage onto his tower with the double Prince combo is going to be oh so difficult. Let's go and go for a miner in this lane on this side just to see if we can do something. He's probably going to play a Prince over there. He's going to tornado it actually in a very interesting position. We'll use our Ice Golem onto this Wizard. Miner's still doing a nice chunk of chip damage on that side, but at this point we really need to protect our left-hand lane. I think cycling Log is actually a pretty good idea in this deck too. I think if I cycle Ice Spirit, that's going to be really tough against the Prince combo to be able to take those out. So let's go ahead and let that Log go in. I've got Ice Spirit now in the back. He's going for a P.E.K.K.A, guys, so we need to go crazy right now by dropping our Miner. We're going to drop our Bats, and we're going to see if we can kite this P.E.K.K.A. Let's see if we can do it. Ice Spirit's already down. His Valkyrie's going in. Look at all of those Bats beating that tower down on the other side, guys. They're doing such a good job. We really need to cycle back to Bats, though, if we want a chance to win this game. Here he goes, going so hard in the paint right now with this push. I'm going to do Skeletons. Then, oh no, I played Bats right when his Tornado went down. Oh, this is going to be so tough. You guys know what we're going to have to do, right? We're going to have to take this P.E.K.K.A for a walk again and see if we can use it to win. But this P.E.K.K.A is literally going all the way across the map. The P.E.K.K.A that doesn't have a home. Unfortunately, he is struggling so hard right now. We're going to poison all of this in a moment. Guess what? The Ice Golem's coming out right again, guys, for this P.E.K.K.A to bring it all the way around. That one bat is a real MVP right here, putting in so much work. It's unbelievable. I'm going to go for a tornado. I'm going to go for a miner, guys, and that should be GG. Wow. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy matchup right there. I can't believe that we ended up pulling that one out. Whew. That was fun. This deck is absurd. You know, so much fun. Hey guys, I gotta play another. You know, we're already going on 12 minutes in this video, but I gotta play another one because it's just so much fun to try out to see if you can beat people using this crazy cycle deck. You really do learn so much. You gotta kite, you gotta know exact counters in your deck to what your opponent's playing. So when I figured out that my zap was crucial against his P.E.K.K.A as well as against a bunch of his other units, I sort of was able to capitalize on that. Let's throw a miner down the other lane just to get a feeling for what this guy's got going on. Our Ice Golem will tank for the Mega Minion as he plays his Hunter. I'm not really sure. I mean, especially in the beginning of challenges, you can never be sure exactly what your opponent's going to play. I'm going to go for an Ice Spirit momentarily, and then waiting in a moment, I'm actually going to drop Skeletons. I'm going to let that Hunter actually get close to locking onto our tower, but not let it do its thing. Ooh, that Ice Golem was definitely a mistake because the Hunter's going to beat it up. But fortunately, we're going to be fine. That should be the end of that right there. And let's go up for a Hunter on the very bottom. Now, I do know we can tornado this miner to the, or this giant to the King Tower. Now, my question is, when I go against beatdown decks like this, how in the world do I defend against them? It's so crazy how people are able to defend against these decks. I just feel like there's so much stuff happening at once. I'm going to go ahead and throw our Ice Golem over here to try to kite this Lumberjack. I really feel like that's going to be the best decision right now. I'm going to go ahead and use our miner in a moment. We're actually going to bring the miner over to the King Tower, but since unfortunately that miner came down, it actually protected him from getting that giant onto the tower. So we activated our King Tower, but at a pretty hefty cost. Man, that was a fortunate miner from him. If he played in his miner in any other location, that giant would not have been beating our tower down to 0, and things would look a lot better. So this is tough, guys. Playing against these tanky decks is so tough. I'm gonna go for a log on this side. Maybe we can bait something out. Nah, I feel like playing a naked miner is going to be pretty tough. Let's go ahead and just try it right now and see what he does, though. Oh, don't hit the miner. Are you joking? He's going to go for the Hunter. Looks like that's a pretty reasonable play right there. I'm going to use the poison right now to see if we can do something with this. I've got Skeletons, I've got Ice Golem, I've got our bats right here. That should be okay. Oh, we're still going to take a giant hit right there, which is not what we wanted, guys. This deck is just so tough. We've got to go ahead and use our log to keep this away right here, but I think that this game is already basically over. He's switching lanes on us, showing us no respect right now. Maybe we can tornado this Lumberjack all the way over into the other lane. Please stay away from our miner Lumberjack, but the bats are still going to be going ham. Or no, the bats still were lost in that action right there, guys. And we have to use our bats on this lane after our miner goes in. This is so tough. He even has zap right there, which is tragic. I've got our tornado coming in a moment. His miner's gonna finish off our tower, guys. We did the best we could, but there's a reason that the pros play these decks and I don't. That was madness. Man, so much fun using this deck, though. I had a blast playing this one, seeing how you cycle. I really just need some lessons on how you can beat down these tank decks because these tanks are just so difficult to deal with. I think it's really important to be able to beat down the back line of them. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Guys, if you want to try this deck out yourself, I went 2 and 2 inside of a challenge. Maybe you guys can do better. We've got miner bats, we've got log, skeleton, tornado, poison, ice golem, ice spirit. Such a ridiculous deck to play. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smack that like button. Make sure you guys check out Surgical and CWA's channel in the description below. That's going to do it. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.